I like how they ended the season.
Me too. Me too. They ended it on a good note. We've got a cliffhanger going on, so we know Tobias is going to be our next big baddie, like, our only villain, like,
there's like 50.
in the...
Yeah,
but they were all good.
Yeah, they're all really good.
I just hope Lala's dead.
Yeah, I hope Lala's dead.
I can't handle
I
can't handle Twinkie Winky. Whatever the fuck his name. I can't. Tinky Winky.
Tinky Winky.
Scale 1 to 10, how you rate the season of Black Lightning?
10! It was quiet, so I wanted to go first. I'm giving this season a 10 out of 10 because it touched on a lot of really, really important, realistic issues going on, I think. And so that's really important, and like that's why one of the reasons that I really liked it so much. And then just on another level, like a not so kind of political level, but the writing and everything, like the storyline and how it all ended up flowing and the different relationships between characters felt really realistic to me also. Like it felt, it didn't feel like a cheesy, like, oh, obviously she's gonna say this or whatever, or do that. It felt like a realistic portrayal of like how family dynamics are and like how siblings work and how like parents and maybe like the divorce kind of thing works. Like everybody was written, it was just a really well written, I think, and the storyline was great and interesting and in depth, and like kept you guessing but was still not too confusing at the same time. It was just all really, really good. I definitely give it a 10 out of 10. And I freaking love the main characters. Like, love all of them.
Yeah, no, I would give it like a 9 or 10 because I feel like with this show it's so different from every other superhero show. Like it's not like, you know, origin story. You don't need any of that like beginner's crap. It's already established and there's a lot of shit going on. But then it also has like the family dynamics. And yeah, it has that political aspect, but it's just like, it's such a real show. Like, it doesn't feel like some kind of comic book superhero show. Like, it just feels like a show. Like, it just feels like a real life kind of situation. Like, yeah, you do got these vigilantes and people, like, metahumans, but they're being experimented on, and like, it's just, it's a real show. Like, it doesn't feel like it's like a comic. It does superhero.
It doesn't feel like it was written in the 50s or the 60s, because that's what most of these comics are based on, is the comics that were written in like the 50s or the 60s or like
they adapted
like that kind of thing. Obviously they adapted them to today, but like that's where those comics originated from. Those are the roots, and so like that's, and the shows that we watch now, they go back to the origins of the characters, and so that means they're going to go back to those original comic books that were written like back in the 50s and the 60s. So yeah, it does. It feels a little bit more modern and realistic.
I think I want to give it either an 8 or a 9 because while like it was a really good show, like they said, like politically and like the family dynamic and all of that, I feel like I'm giving it a little bit low of a rating because I felt like we dealt with too many villains, but we didn't get to touch base all of them. Like the coroner, like we only got Lady Eve. We only got. She was so badass, but she was gone like after like episode 3 or 4.
And they still didn't really like clarify exactly what her part in all that was.
Exactly, and like when she was working with Gamby and stuff, and like Gamby was involved in a lot.
Specifically a part of like the ASA, like what was her role in that? Like they didn't clarify that.
Yeah, like and then
I feel like they're gonna go back to it, but I agree.
And
but like she's dead though.
Yeah, exactly. And then with like Khalil, we get shot episode 2 or 3 also, and comes back like episode 10 or 11. Like
it was like,
and there's all this big chunk. Like I wanted to kind of like, if we're gonna have him like get hyped up with Tobias and stuff, I would like to see that
exponential growth instead of just like
instead of like he's a bad guy, you know? Like we kind of saw it coming, but like I don't know.
Like even when he was a bad guy, like there's still something like, but then like right away again, he was just like boom boom, like let me kill you, like
exactly. I think that's
just, like it didn't make sense at some point.
And it was weird too because Proctor and who was the terrible white guy that we hated.
That's his name?
Yeah, his name was Proctor.
So much sense. It's like Teddy Proctor. I don't know.
It's like a Proctor for the test.
Jesus, Hannah.
But yeah, like I didn't understand because he was the one who like finished the project, which was Khalil, because whatever happened to Tobias. And he was like MIA for a few episodes too. So yeah, There was just a lot of like
I just feel like
with the villains
and the vice principal. That's still like what
she
is
wasn't even in there.
She wasn't even in the finale episode.
Like what was
and
her
then when
role?
she like was like and then like she was a spotter, but like where she
didn't do her job very well.
And how did she even get to that point?
Like overall, this is a very good show. Overall, this is a very good show. I feel like if they did with a few less villains, or if they did them better, they're really good.
Especially Lala.
Yeah.
Lala could have just stayed dead.
Yeah.
I don't see the point in that.
Yeah, Lala.
Like, I get it. And then like they just like he brought him back to life basically to just
kill him
again.
Yeah.
I don't get the point.
I have a funny feeling Lala isn't actually dead, which is
like,
weird because he literally blew up.
And like
so how are they gonna be like, oh, we brought you back to life a second time after we blew you up?
And shit.
I'm
like, so
like,
was that even like
I don't
Tobias'
get it.
plan was to kill him or like what? Like they don't know if he blew up with them. Like
overall,
that didn't really make sense.
Yeah, no.
There was a lot of stuff going on the villain side that was all overlapping, and that got a little bit confusing.
For sure, because like Tobias, like he
we
was
don't
working
know
with
his
his sister, but like he was like his sister. His sister was there for like a couple episodes.
He was working with the ASA,
like
and then he was working against the ASA, and then he ended up working with them again.
And then once he's like part with the 100, and like the 100 was because of like it just there was a lot, for sure.
I feel like they're gonna touch on all of that still
with,
in the second season because Tobias is still there, Gambi is still there. They do still have to deal with the ASA.
Well, they killed that one guy.
They killed Proctor, but they still have to deal with like the ASA because that's the company, but that's the thing that he was working for, and that's the what's the word I'm thinking of? Not company. Department? No, that's not right. Organization. Yes, the ASA was the organization that originally put out the like experimentation when Jefferson was still young, and then Proctor took it a second level kind of thing, and that's what we have now, and they're still dealing with the kids in the pods, so they're still gonna have to deal with the ASA.
And like Tobias has the briefcase that like controls all that shit.
Exactly.
So I hope they stick with just.
So I really do think they're still, because Gambi is still there, and he knows all of the backstory. Like, we know that he knows all of the background and all of the backstory. So if as long as Gambi's still there, he's gonna be the one who can do the exposition and the explaining. And maybe at that point, he'll touch a little bit more on Lady Eve and be like, this and that and blah blah blah. And it ties in here because we're dealing with Tobias and the drug thing now.
He was like, I always knew she was like working with them. Like, now it's
like, when did they Lady Eve do? Because for me, she was just like to Horner.
Yeah, it's like, what did she even actually do for the ASA? Like, what's her deal,
and like how she gets to that point,
backstory of Gambi?
They were good villains, but I just wish they would have touched more on them.
But it was like a 13 episode for the first season, like, it was really good.
It was still really good. I'm not hating it. I just wish I would liked more.
The first episode, we were like, this is the shit. And like, this family is our family. We're like, we must protect them.
At all costs.
Especially now, like, 13 episodes later, it's like,
I think Tobias might take control of the 100 now.
Yeah, I think so.
Because now that he has green light and stuff, excuse me.
Or whatever.
And Lala's out of the picture for a little while. Or forever. We don't know. So the 100 will need somebody to, like...
So you're 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, I'm 8 out of 10. But overall... We really liked
it. It was really good.
I love how new and fresh and like different it is.
And the different aspects of everything, like with Anissa and Jen, like their different takes on how getting powers. I feel like
how Jennifer acts is like how anyone else. When she went off on that like Proctor guy, like that's literally how anybody would act.
Yep, definitely.
I like cause she's still a 16-year-old girl, or like 17.
She's like, no fun. Like he deserved it.
Even if he said that kind of shit in front of me, I'm a 23-year-old white girl, and I would still fucking react the same goddamn way. Fuck you and your racism.
Yeah,
asshole! God!
It was great. I just like the dynamic and like showing different aspects. It was great. It was just a good show.
No, definitely. And definitely, like you're saying, it's really important and cool that they showed like the two different reactions to getting powers, because most of the time we only get the one reaction of, oh my god, this is so cool! I want to go save people now and like use my powers for good! And it's like, there are so many other ways to react. Like, you could be like, ooh, cool, now I can manipulate people and I'm gonna go be a villain. Or you can be like, oh no, I don't want this. This is scary.
Girl,
like
I
there
need
are
to,
a lot of different ways
Like, I
to
should
react to
handle
this
Like,
that
I
we
don't want that
normally don't get to see.
responsibility.
Exactly.
Because, like, it's too much. I wouldn't know what the fuck. I'm not
Same.
No, I can't do this.
I mean, I would end up using my powers, but I don't think I would use them to protect people.
I don't even know where to begin.
I know.
Do I need
Like, who do I go to? Do I need to go to
I
a
know.
counselor?
Do I need like my own? Like, who's gonna be my like Gambit or like?
Exactly.
I'm
I
like,
wouldn't
who's
know
gonna be
what
my eyes and ears? Who's
I'm
gonna be
gonna
my man in
defend-
the chair?
I'm gonna defend San Diego.
Like,
You guys are too much.
we don't know what to do.
Exactly. So yeah, for YouTube, since the review is on YouTube, FR Life, link down below is our reactions on Patreon, Uncut and Cut reactions. The Cut reactions are for the public. We just are not uploading to YouTube because of CW copyright stuff, but we're being safe. But go to Patreon, and the Cut 10-minute reactions are public to everyone. Anyone can watch them. You do not have to be a paying patron. If you want the Uncut reactions, you do have to be a paying patron. But it's kind of fair though. It's worth it because like you still get the reactions as if you are getting uploaded to YouTube. So those are public. You can go watch those. That's fair.
Yeah, no, it is. I definitely
being
think we
safe.
have a very fair setup. We're being
Because-
safe with our copyrights and all that kind of stuff. And yeah.
I hope you enjoyed the reaction season.
Yeah.
If you haven't even didn't even know we were reacting to Black Lightning.
Now you know.
Now you know. There's a link down below.
And you guys should watch it and
Check out all the other reactions
Yeah,
because
if you
they're
don't know
really
the CW
great.
ones that are on Patreon for the public, there's Legends, Flash, and we are resuming Arrow.
Yes.
So our
Oh my
Arrow
God,
reactions.
That's triggering.
Yeah.
After the last episode, we just started back on Arrow. It was
Yeah,
shit
those
show.
are all going to
It's
be linked
gonna
down
get
below.
better.
If you don't know
I
that we
know,
were
but-
reacting to them strictly through Patreon, go to Patreon to see all of our reactions, and we love you guys.
Thank you.
Oh, we can finally start Supergirl!
Yes! Thank you for
so much
supporting
stuff about that
us. We
show.
love you.
Yeah, I'm excited to start Supergirl.
Alrighty.
Yes.
Thank you.
Catch
Hope
you
you enjoyed
later.
our Black Lightning reactions.
Come back and check anything else out that we've got.